And we are ready for lunchtime with Leona. Yay! We're so glad to be here today. And right here at lunchtime is where it's all about the home cook. Things that the home cook thinks about, things that the home cook would like to do. And, sometimes we're cooking, sometimes we're just talking, sometimes we're sharing, and sometimes we have special guests that are going to come in to talk about some of the things that may be affecting the home cook in your life. Now, while you may not be the home cook that is in your kitchen, you may certainly know a home cook or a new home cook that may be coming to the kitchen. And we had a lot of students to go to college. We have young people who are in high school and junior high or middle school who would love to cook and who just want to get in the kitchen, either with you or with someone else. And so it gives them an opportunity to do a little bit of learning. But you want to be able to keep your kitchen somewhat up to date. And so, because of that, we're going to be taking a look at spreading the joy of cooking, because certainly cooking should be as much fun as possible. It should be something that not only you like, but that your family enjoys. And when the home cook is happy, then everybody's happy, because that home cook is going to make sure that whatever it is put on their table is going to be something that the entire family will love. So how can you not want to provide something for the home cook that he or she may absolutely want to have? So let's get ready. Now, we're going to be looking at small items because some of us have smaller budgets. And we're going to look at large items for those who may have large budgets. And I also want you to think about the fact that we may really be shopping for someone we love. It may be someone who's on our Christmas list. We may be shopping for ourselves, treating ourselves to something new. Because, when you start to look for yourself, you have to get one for you and one for someone else. So that gives you a chance to share what it is that you're doing. Now, I've gathered some perfect presents for you, the home cook. And some of these presents are going to be things, hi Nitty T, are going to be things that you'll be able to go right now and say click and purchase. And some of these items you might have to think about and say, do I need to budget for that? And if that's the case, that's fine. But for everything I'm talking about today, I have a link down in the description box. It's an affiliate link through Amazon. And I am so excited to be able to present these things to you. Now, first of all, I'm going to start with that stack of things that is closest to me. And then we're going to move back there because there are some items back there that you're not going to want to miss. Now, first of all, I love giving cookbooks for gifts. And I have some particular cookbooks. Now, that as you think about those cookbooks, we are looking, of course, at the Christmas holiday and thinking about the Christmas holiday. But you and I know we give gifts to people who it could be a birthday. It could be just because they were nice. Maybe they did something for us that we would like to return the gesture to. So we find something pretty or something that you've observed that they need, and you want to be able to do something nice for them. And so cookbooks is always a great thing to be able to show and to hand off. And what I like to do is to be able to share the cookbooks that I use, those that I use, so that should we want to work together, I can say, oh, I know you have this cookbook, so go to page such and let's try this today. And I like doing this, especially amongst the family. Okay, everybody, let's try this and see if it works. Tell me what you think. So I'm going to start today by one of my subscriber family members that I just adore, and that is Mary from Mary's Nest. Mary has the Modern Pioneer Cookbook. And I mean, she has some wonderful, wonderful recipes and kitchen tips and tricks to put under the tree, or just you can wrap it and put it in a birthday bag or whatever kind of gift that you're giving. This is a wonderful gift. It is a great gift for a young homemaker because of the fact that uh, this is going to deal even deeper than just recipes. It's going to get you into those things. It's going to help you keep your family healthy. It talks about fermenting. It talks about canning. It talks about good things like bone broth, beef broth, chicken broth, whatever kind of broth that it is, or even a vegetable broth, which I've been into lately. But it gives you an opportunity to look at what she's done. She's going to walk you through it step by step, and you're going to come out as a sage on the stage in your kitchen. So, the Modern Pioneer is my go-to cookbook of late. So, that's going to be one of the gifts that I share for Christmas. Another book that I've been using, this I tested it out this summer, and as you can see, I even have my little bookmark here because I really have been working this book and I've been trying to talk it up with everybody. This is small batch preserving. And I got into this because I was watching another YouTuber becoming a farm girl. Honey, she was over there and she was small batch preserving everything. It's a wonder her poor husband didn't end up in a jar. But you know what? The funny thing was she is delightful. She's funny. But let me tell you, this is the best book ever. Because for so many of us as home cooks, we may not have those huge shelves that we can put all of the lines of preserves and green beans and all that. We may not have a place for all of that. So we may need to do small batch preserving. Now, what I did is that I did some small batch preserving. And what I actually did was to take the jars, and they're going to be a part of the Christmas gifts. So the strawberry preserves, the blueberry jam, I did a cinnamon applesauce, all of that small batch. You learn the method, and it's done so easily that anyone never think that you can't preserve, because I didn't think I could do it. I just thought it was going to be too much work. But then once I did a little reading, I found that it is very easy to do, and it's fun. It's fun. And what I found was really fun was when I have a guest or a friend to come over who is absolutely near and dear, that I can take a little bottle out and send them home with a little bottle of whatever it is that I've made. And sometimes if I have biscuits along the way, then I can throw in some biscuits with it, and out it goes. And they have breakfast for the next day with biscuits and whatever jam it is that I preserved. Now, let me stop right here and tell you, not only am I giving tips and tricks today, but also my buddy Denise is over there, this and that, and she is showing you her go-to gifts for the homemaker. So you're not only going to want to watch me, but make sure that you go and check out Denise's channel because I know she's got some great gifts and tips. And we tried to make sure that our gifts and tips were a little different. And certainly we were able to do that because there's a lot of things that home cooks need. So I am just so excited to be with you here today. Now, so small batch preserving. I tell you what, the strawberry preserves is in here is to die for. So don't mess around. Do it. Get it today. And I'm showing you books that are certainly shelf worthy. And when I say that, that means, sometimes we end up with cookbooks on the shelf that we get them and we think we're really going to like them. And we haven't looked at them, no one that we know has looked at them. And we find that we might get one recipe out of it that we really like. But it's fun when you have a cookbook that you have someone who has really cooked that cookbook and really used it. So, oh, good. I'm peeking over here because Denise is here with us here in the chat. And so she's here. We've got Erica. Hello, Erica. Got Emma. Hi, Emma. And I'm just so glad. And of course, Nitty T was here nice and early. I also, let me tell you, I got another book that I also worked through was the Amish Canning and Preserving Cookbook. This is like a canning Bible, especially for those of us who I like more water bath canning rather than having to go through some of the pressure canning. I'm not really a big pressure canner kind of person. My mom was, but I have to be honest with you, that wasn't me. And so I like more water bath canning because I think it's quicker and easy to do. It's really not so much about the time, but it's about the equipment and the cleanup and the whole to do. I love water bath canning. Hello, Madeline. Now, I am, I love this book. I love this book. And this is one that I have also pulled a couple of recipes from. And I've been able to work them. Sometimes you can take the flavors from one recipe book to another recipe, combine them, make what you want, and then handle the method. So this is a nice book for a starter, for a person who's just getting into it and you're encouraging them. Now, of course, the slow cooker is our thing. We home cooks, those of us who are at home, those of us who are working at home, those of us who are working outside of the home, sometime or another, we end up having to use our slow cooker. And this is one of those books that I have. I have a series of these. It's called Fix It and Forget It. And this one is the Christmas Slow Cooker Feast. And so it is one that if you have a person who's a home cook, this might be something you want to give them as a Thanksgiving gift. Or if they're doing the cooking, then you slip this into a little bag, maybe with some type of spice. And this is your hostess gift. But this is a great opportunity. Young people, when young people host, or at least ours that I go to, when they host their Christmas soirees and their Thanksgiving soirees, it's a lineup of all kinds of crock pots and those kind of things because you want your food to stay hot. And I love that. And so it's really nice when you have some type of recipe that you can, if it's not already a slow cooker type of recipe, it may be something that you can adapt. But there are some great ideas in Fix It and Forget It. Now, you're going to find that as you get started with this, that you're going to use it for Thanksgiving, Christmas, birthdays, Valentine's Day, all of those holidays. This is a great book and has wonderful, wonderful recipes in it. And keep this in mind. Yes, we love our recipe books. They are certainly inspirational to all of us. But a recipe book just gives us a starting point when you're developing your recipe. Now, so these are starting points. And then those things that you want to do that you can tweak, then that's where you'll start writing those ideas in your book, or you will do what I showed you on Sunday, where you will put together your own kitchen notebook and you will start to develop your own recipe book, where this is a great gift to be able to give your young person in your household. And you can dress it up, make it pretty. I'm working on this to be able to give away to someone. And so I have all of my labels in, and you'll have a chance to take a look at that. I'll put that link down below so that you can take a look at how to very simply put a nice kitchen notebook together. And also, you have somebody in college or someone who's maybe just going into an apartment. This is a great idea for them to be able to have their own kitchen notebook with all of your recipes, and leave a little room in there blank so they can start to add their recipes as they start to do it. I think it was Emma that I talked to earlier today, and she had shared with me that she had put together a book for uh, your relative, one of your relatives, I think. And they were able to, not only they had her favorite recipes that they love, but they also had room enough to be able to go back and to add their own recipes as they found recipes that they like to cook. And so that's what it's all about. We are creating the kitchen legacy home cooks right here in our kitchen. And so I see I've got my daughter, one of my daughter-in-laws on, and that's nice to see. Hello, Nikita. Glad to have you here with us today. And it was her son. Emma was saying it was her son for the university. As he was going to school, she was able to send a kitchen notebook with him. And what a great idea. What a great idea to be able to share that. And the fact that he took it and looked at what she had done, and then started to add his own. Mwah! That is wonderful. Now, so today we're going to look at three different things. We're going to look at, first of all, kitchen tools you would love to have. You're going to take a look at kitchen tools and gadgets that you need. And you're also going to look at some kitchen things that are future items that may require a little more time for you to get ready for them. So, are you ready? I'm ready. So, let's get to it. I've got my list here, so I'm going to take it around and I'm going to try to keep you going. I'm reading Madeline sharing with us that the kitchen notebook with a crock pot for young students going to college or young married couples is a great idea. You are absolutely right, Madeline. That is wonderful. And I can think back to the old days, to the old days of when I went off to school the first year. I don't think crock pots were really in, but as time went by And a couple of years went by, the crock pot hit the market, and that was a hot item. So I did get to take a crock pot back to school and use it. And it was so much fun. And, we got to the point that we never ate out because we were always eating in. So the crock pot is always a great opportunity to be able to add a little touch of home into whatever it is that you're doing. Now, so as you can see, I have some bags here that are lined up. And we're going to start from this end and work our way over. Now, the first thing I'm going to show you, this is all of our ovens are not necessarily brand new. And this is a wonderful air fryer. And it goes into your oven. You just sit it over like a cookie sheet, and you just sit it right in there. And the way it's situated is so it stands up, and you are able to get lots of good airflow. Now, I have to admit, it's been used. I made some French fries with it. And so it was so nice to be able to have an air fryer right here in my oven and not necessarily have to have a separate air fryer to sit on the counter. So many of us are running out of counter space. And this particular kitchen does not have a lot of counter space. So because of that, I needed the stove. I needed for my stove to work as my air fryer. So I was able to find this air fryer that just goes right into my oven. And we're going to take a look at that in a little while. All right, so an air fryer right there. All right, then let's go with bag number 1. What's in bag number 1? All right, the first bag. Well, first of all, I'm going to show you a grill mat, a mesh grill mat. Now, this is so nice because, first of all, you can use it on your pans, like your sheet pan that you have. Use it in there. It helps to keep airflow going as well. It works much better when you're trying to do your chicken or whatever it is that you're preparing. You can certainly lay it on your grill. And this is such that you can wash it and reuse it. Now, I love things that I can reuse. And so that's the reason why I purchased 2 of these. So one is in use out on the grill. And this is the one that I kept clean for you all so you could be able to see. But it is very nice. And I can use it both outside and inside. So the grill mat is special. Another thing that I thought about for those things that, sometimes maybe you don't do this, but sometimes some of the items that I'm using in the kitchen are just a little past their prime. And one of those things I never think about purchasing for myself are my little gloves that I'm going to use when I'm getting things out of the oven. This, I have to tell you, is my second set of kitchen mats, of oven mats. And this one happens to be by KitchenAid. They are silicone, they're nice and heavy. They are easy to work with when as you can see, they fold up very nicely so that you can grab whatever it is that you're trying to get in and out of the oven, or even move on the stove if you're working, say, with cast iron. And so it gives you a chance to have a nice set of oven mitts. And these last a very long time. They come in multiple colors. So whatever your color choice may be, you may want black, but I can tell you, I wash them, I throw them in the washer, when they get dirty, because the other pair that I have are a very light color. So because of that, they have a tendency to get dirty a little easier. And so I just toss them in the washer, pull them out, and we're ready to go. So oven mats, oven mitts, that's something you want to have. And think about it. Even if you are looking around someone's kitchen that you love and you see that their oven mitts are just a little past their prime, put that on your list. Oven mitts. Another thing that has become my go to item are these reusable zip bags for food, for cookies, or whatever it may be, reusable. Now, these happen to be the quart size, but I do have them in a gallon size as well. I just didn't pull those out. But these are the quart size that you can certainly store whatever it is. Now, you're going to have to hold on to them, because once your family members see how well they work, they tend to just kind of walk somewhere else. And you start to look for them. It's like, I know I had 4-gallon bags. Where are they? And someone has borrowed your reusable zip bag, and they are using it for something else. So don't think that they're just for the kitchen. They are certainly for whatever it is that you're storing. But these are a great idea for the home cook, because sometimes, yes, they're more expensive than just buying the regular everyday Ziploc bags that you might get. The good thing is these can be washed. I have even put them in the washer and have washed them. And so when I really wanted them extra clean, and they're reusable. So once you purchase them, they are worth every dollar. So maybe for the cost of 2 boxes of Ziplocs, you can get reusable bags, and you won't have to rebuy them for a very long time. So reusable Ziploc bags. One of the items that I got, and I keep it in its original packaging. This is an oven thermometer. How many of you have been baking a cake or baking bread or a pie or whatever it might have been, and you set it on, say, 400, only to find that the 400 in your oven was either a little too much or it wasn't quite enough? And especially when you're doing delicate things like maybe a cheesecake or something like that, you want your readings to be accurate. Well, this is an oven thermometer that you can place inside of your oven. And that way you will know more accurately when you need that oven to be at 400, then your oven thermometer will be able to tell you exactly when you're at that point. So this is a little oven thermometer, and it's one of those things that, to be honest with you, home cooks would love to have it, but will they spend the money on themselves to buy it? The answer is probably not. So because of that, it's a great gift to be able to give to someone who likes to bake and who is constantly in and out of that oven, your oven thermometer. Next is your digital timer. Now, we all have timers on our stoves, most of us. And so you have an opportunity to have another thermometer that you can use. It may be that you're timing the rising of your bread, or you're timing how long your egg cooks, whatever it may be. It may be you may be using it to time something else. I don't know. But a nice magnetic oven timer is great to have. So I can keep it right here on my refrigerator. And that's something, to be honest with you, would I just go out on a hunt and buy a magnetic Timer, probably not. So, because of that, that's a great idea as a gift. Another idea, if you have a friend who is really into fruit and vegetables, then here's what you want. This is an excellent little apple core and slicer. And what I like about this one is that, sometimes when you buy these, this portion on the back where that actually does the slicing is pretty sharp. So you have to be very careful where you store it because of the fact that you don't want to get cut. But this one comes with a guard that just snaps right on and protects your fingers. For you put it on the sharp side and it protects your fingers once you have it stored. So this is a nice apple core and slicer for your kitchen or for your home cook. So I'm going to place these back in bag number 1. Let's see what everybody's talking about. Denise is saying that she likes Madeline's idea about the kitchen notebook and to give it to them with a crock pot, because then they have the crock pot to use as well as they can have recipes to be able to cook. I think that's wonderful. All right, so we're going over to bag number 2. All right, bag number 2. Bag number 2 is a little heavy. Don't you love those gift bags that are a little heavy? Oh, I do. All right, next item. How many of you have an immersion blender? I've got the KitchenAid. I've got the Ninja that sits here on the shelf. But an immersion blender is something that just the normal everyday home cook may not purchase for themselves. It is a fantastic gift to be able to give them. And once they have it, they'll use it just about every day. So an immersion blender, you can put down into your, let's see if I can get it out pretty quickly. This one comes together pretty nice. And in fact, this one even has a little whisk attachment to it, which was so nice. So if you need to whisk up some eggs. All right. All right, so here's our immersion blender. And you are able to just put this down in your pot. You can whip potatoes. If you have a soup that you want to liquefy, this is a great, handy tool. The only thing that gets dirty is this portion. And as you saw, voila, it comes off very easily. So that gives you a chance. It locks in. Well, if I get it on here right. Okay, it locks in and you just push the button and you are ready to work. An immersion blender is a great home cook gift. Another home cook gift are electric salt and pepper grinders. Electric. Now let me get I'm going to get a piece of paper so I can show you. This is the pepper. There's our pepper, all nicely ground. And here's our salt. That is all nicely ground and ready for us to cook. So when you're cooking, you won't need to shake. You'll just turn on your particular salt, and pepper grinder right over the pot, and you're ready to go. Another item that every home cook really should have is a little digital scale, and it's battery powered, and you will find that you will use this for everything. When we're thinking about making our cakes, or baking our bread, we need accuracy. And to be honest with you, mixing cups, measuring cups are wonderful, but to be able to actually measure out digitally using your scale, then you're able to have an accurate measurement for your particular bread or cake, which means that you're going to have a much better end product when you're working. So, for those home cooks that like to bake, this is a great option. And they range in price from expensive to very reasonable. So, any home cook should have this in their gift bag. Now, another thing I'm looking at, I pulled a few out. I have fallen in love with spurtles. Spurtles are wonderful. They're so convenient. They're wooden, and they're kind of a cross between a spoon and a spatula. And they just work out everywhere. And I like that they're wooden, and they are very convenient. I can even ice my cake with the smaller spurtle. And so I want to be able to play around with these. And, it's one of those things that when you get spurtles, it's a little decadent. So the average home cook won't buy them for themselves. But if we're given the gift and we want them to have something that they don't have in their kitchen, pull out a set of spurtles and send them to them. Okay? Another gift giving idea is a nice wooden ladle. Aren't they pretty? See the color? How about that? And then this one actually has holes to be able to, if we're maybe putting it into something that's a little juicy, or a soup or whatever it is that we're making, then we can take out the goodies and then let the rest drop back into the pot. Could be greens that we're going to have for Thanksgiving. This would be a wonderful idea. And these came as a set. So look for this set. This is something that is different, but they're beautiful and they look so nice when you're setting up your buffet, whether it's for Thanksgiving, Sunday dinner, or for Christmas. So let's think about our home cooks. They're pretty special. One more thing that's in this bag is your digital meat thermometer. When I got one of these, I just didn't think I was going to use it that often. But you know what? I use it all the time. This digital thermometer is great for canning. When you're canning and you want to make sure that the substance you have in your pot that you're cooking, whether it's your strawberry jam, whether it's your blueberry preserves, whatever it is, your onion jam, whatever it is that you're making, you will use your thermometer because that substance needs to come up to a particular temperature. And of course, thanks to the USDA, we can find out what all those different temperatures are, and we can accurately measure to make sure that what we're preparing is going to come out at its best level. And is it a little sciencey to always have your digital thermometers? Yes, but you know what? You want your steaks to be perfect. You know what temperature you like your steaks. Now, I like it. I like mine medium. Some people like theirs rare. Some people want theirs so that it does not move ever. And so, because of that, we want to make sure that we take the temperatures on our meat. We have to be careful about that and make sure that what we're serving to our family is just right. And in fact, did you know that you can even use your digital thermometer when you're preparing a bowl of bread, and you'll know whether or not that bread is all done all the way through? How about that? All right. Now I've got several more items in this bag. I have a set of magnetic. These are magnetic. Are you always losing your measuring spoons in the bottom of your drawer? I do occasionally, but these are so nice. They go right back together. I love it. They stay together. These are measuring spoons, and they're small enough. I even tried them. They have one side that's more rounded, depending upon what it is that you're putting them into to measure. The other side is narrow. And the reason it's narrow is because, say, for instance, you're measuring spices and you need to get a teaspoon of a particular spice, then this end will go nicely into your spice jars. I love it. So, magnetic spoons. See if I can get them to stay up there. I think they're too heavy. But anyway, our magnetic spoons are ready to go. Now, one more thing. I have little wooden, little teeny tiny gifts are always great for your gift bags. I just love setting them out and then adding all those little fun things that we can put into the bag that they'll go, oh, I wanted some of these, but I just didn't get them. I just didn't think about them. These are one of those items. These little spice spoons, you can put them right into the spices, and they even come a little shorter so that, let me see if I have a shorter one handy. I do have a shorter one somewhere. Let's see if I can find that. Oh. And then these are the little small ones that you can get. So you have a longer one and you have a shorter one. But they go into your spice jars just perfectly. And you get maybe 6 to 8 of them in a set. And you can just put them in your favorite spices and have the spoon handy, ready to go to measure out your spices. How nice is that? I love them. Now, for those who are bread bakers, or for those who know some bread bakers, this is the best thing ever. When you're whipping up some biscuits, this is our little dough went right over my head. But anyway, this is for dough. Somebody can tell me out there the official name. But this is for making your dough, where you don't necessarily have to put your hand into the flour and all the goodies. You can use this and it will make your bread. You don't have to use a KitchenAid. You don't have to use any of that. You will have it right there, ready to go in a matter of minutes. This is our little device for that. And I know I've got it. I know I've got them. I'll have to stick it down underneath. What is it? Yes, the Danish whisk. Thank you, Nitty T. The Danish whisk. I went blank. This is our whisk to be able to use. Now, is it just for bread? No, you can use it for cakes. You can use it for whatever it is you're mixing. I've used it for Jell-O. I've used it for all kinds of things because it comes in so handy. And it's one of those tools that once you have it, you're going to find all kinds of things to do with it. Don't you love it? Our Danish whisk. All right. Now, all right, that was bag number 2. Bag number 3. First of all, if you look over here, I'm going to turn off the stove light. This is a box of little and there I've got a little remote here. These are under the counter lights. Now, my kitchen didn't come with lights already in place under the counter, but I added these little under the counter lights, and they were so easy to do. So easy. And they provide quite a bit of light, as you can see. So, under the counter lights, there were 12 lights in the set. And it has a little remote control, so you can either turn them on individually, and they weren't that pricey. So if you have a person who has a kitchen and you look around and you think, it would be nice for them to have just a little more lighting, then this is a great idea and something unique. It's always fun to have unique items. Another unique item is to share with the people you love something delicious. Now, this is Napa Valley balsamic vinegar. It's delicious. I use it on salads. I cook with it. I use it for all kinds of things. And this is one of those things, those gifts that you could wrap, have it as a hostess gift. And I tell you what, this and a beautiful kitchen towel, wrap the bottle up with the kitchen towel. What a nice hostess gift. Put a little ribbon around it, and it is ready to go. Balsamic vinegar from Napa Valley. And it used to be that the Napa Valley items were only available if you went directly to the Napa Valley site. But that's not the case anymore. Now we can get them on Amazon, and they're still about the same price as they were with Napa Valley, which is nice to have. So we've got balsamic vinegar, which is an option, as well as 2 different sets of kitchen towels. Who can't stand to have very nice kitchen towels? It's nice to have new kitchen towels to be able to display in your kitchen. Our kitchen towels, they're beautiful, and kitchen towels just light up the kitchen. So this gives us another option that maybe we might get some kitchen towels and stick kitchen towels in different gift bags. How about that? All right. If you've watched a couple of the past videos, this has been my favorite go-to item. I have been using this ceramic skillet. And you know what? This ceramic skillet does not stick. It is easy to clean. It is clean with a matter of just running water in it and taking a little soft towel and going through it, and it's ready to go. And for those who are out there and who are into colors, then you knew I was going to pick pink. It was either going to be pink or it was going to be red because I like red. But I also love pink. And I know there are some people out there who are all about the pink. And so because of that, what a perfect skillet to be able to have in your kitchen on display. And mine certainly stays on display right here on top of my stove. And the big guy laughs. He said, got the pink in the kitchen. Yes, it's over there in the kitchen. Now, something that I know this is something that I needed. And I'm going to take it out. I'm going to unwrap it right here for you. Now, while I'm getting this unwrapped, I want you to remember today that Denise is also going to be sharing her gift giving tips for the homemaker as well. This is a drying mat. This is an extra large drying mat. Now, why do we need an extra large one? You might ask. Well, let me tell you why. Because it's going to be for something other than just doing dishes. Of course, you can dry your dishes on it. You can dry that on towels. But this is so nice when you're trying to dry your salad greens or whatever your vegetables might be that you're going to be cooking and preparing, and you need for that surface to be dry. This is a great place to be able to lay them out and get everything dried to the level that you like. And so this is an extra large mat. You can't find extra large mats everywhere. And so I use mine a lot and probably just about every day. Now, this one, as you saw, came out of the package because one was not enough. I needed a second one. And they even come in different colors. So it's a reasonable purchase. It would be great in a gift bag for that home cook who you just figure needs a little something to go in their bag that's special. Now, that's bag number 3. All right, last bag. I am a fan, and I purposely left it in the wrapper because this one is going to be a gift as well. But my little towels that I use, my wash towels, dish towels that I use for cleaning the dishes, I love the ones that are knitted. And here's one. I wasn't going to take it out because it's white, but it's not quite white because it got a little stained with something that I was cooking. These are the best dishcloths ever, and they clean so well. So I have a set here that I think you would like to have. They come in sets of 3. They don't have to be white. If white isn't your thing, you can certainly have one that's in a different color. But you just have to know, I like them in white. So I'll know whether or not they're nice and clean. Okay, next. Vegetables. Remember we were all about the vegetables a minute ago? Well, this is something. This is a little flexible vegetable brush. And it just fits in your hand so nicely. And you can clean up your vegetables. And it's exclusive for your vegetables. So that's also listed down below. Another thing that I needed, mine had it. So I'm taking it out of the package so you can see it. These are my silicone brushes, and I thought I had all of these unwrapped. But anyway, it's a set of silicone brushes. These brushes last forever. And I use them for barbecuing. Anything you have to baste, if you have to butter your bread, if you are making bread and you need to add a little flour to the top, dip this in the flour and dust the top of your bread before you bake it. This is what you want. You want to make sure that you have all of your tools and accessories. So wouldn't it be fun to have a nice little gift bag full of all kinds of fun little kitchen tools. Everything wrapped nicely because you do want to make sure that they have to unwrap those items. So you'll wrap them up and you'll put them in the bag and just sit back and watch them unwrap and go, oh, how nice. Now, I've got some big ticket items that I've also put in the description item, and I purposely left them last. Now, the home cook needs things updated. And little did I know, we usually go to the big box stores for certain items. But guess what? We don't have to do that anymore. We've got Amazon. Now, Amazon has LG appliances as well as Samsung. Now, this is an LG ThinkQ microwave. Yes, this is the LG ThinkQ microwave. It's on Amazon. It's also, and cooks, we have to look out and we have to make sure that we're keeping our tools ready to go. The range is a ThinkQ LG electric range. Now, as you can see here, we've got the LG ThinkQ refrigerator. I love this refrigerator. I am really funny about my refrigerators. I want them to have lots of space. And I'm going to see if I can get this open. And you might be able to see. Now, I'm not saying it's going to look perfect. Not today, anyway. We'll have to do that another day. But the nice thing is that the doors open wide. And it is a large capacity refrigerator. Large capacity with nice large doors for you to get into. It's got your water dispenser on Amazon, and it's here in a matter of days, not weeks, days that you can get it. Now, so I did a little upgrading. So Santa came early to the kitchen. And so I was real excited. And if you happen to be out there and maybe you're a hubby and you're thinking of, what am I going to get my wife for Christmas? Go in that kitchen. I know there are things that she would love to have. And so it's just a matter. You can go from soup to nuts. But you want to make sure that what you're getting is something that's updated, something new, something fun that is going to keep your home cook smiling all the time. Now, we have been quite busy today, and I'm hoping that all of you have loved the kitchen gadgets and tools and tricks and ideas that we've worked on today, because Christmas is right around the corner. And before we know it, it's going to be knocking at our door. Don't start the week before Christmas. Get the good deals tomorrow. Start tomorrow. Make your list today and have your list ready to go tomorrow. So God bless each of you. I hope you've had a great time. And I hope that you're going to add some of these items to your Christmas wish list for you, as well as adding some of these items to some of the home cooks in your family. Okay? So we'll be right back here in the kitchen next week for lunchtime. And October is going to be full of a lot of fun conversation. So I am so looking forward to talking with each of you. I am thankful to those of you who have been here in the chat and have been with us. I hope that you will take some of these suggestions, and certainly it gives you opportunities and plenty of time to be able to select some items and to start getting them into your Christmas bags along the way. And guess what? The bags came as a set of 18 Christmas bags as a set, less than $20. Had the tissue paper, the whole works, and I'm ready to go. So, ho, 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 and away we go. Have a wonderful afternoon. I'll see you soon, right here in the kitchen of Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme. Hi, Carol. Bye.